Y ahora le voy a estar dando la bienvenida al próximo panel que vamos a escuchar acerca de Universal Money Addresses. En concreto, el caso de estudio de Ripio y su colaboración con Lightspark. Ahora voy a estar presentando a quienes van a estar hablando en este momento. Y bueno, ¿saben qué? Ya tenemos, como les decían, demás escenarios y demás. Pueden ir a recorrer, tienen allí también muchos stands afuera. Así que ahí tienen mucho más para hacer. Ahora sí le doy la bienvenida. Esta charla va a ser mixta, español-inglés. Está con nosotros Lizzy Eisenberg de Lightspark y Juan José Mendez de Ripio. Bienvenidos. The stage is yours.
Well, we're doing the presentation in English and Spanish so that we can address the best audience we can. I'm Juanjo. I'm the CMO at Ripio. Super glad to be joining Lizzy in the panel. So I think you most of all know Ripio is one of the largest earliest companies in Latin America. We offer services and products for end users and also for businesses.
And my name is Lizzy Eisenberg. Me llamo Lizzy. That's the best I can do. I'm VP of Global Sales at Lightspark. We're really honored to be here in Buenos Aires with so many of you, and of course, Ripio, who's an excellent partner. So, Lightspark is on a mission to build an open protocol for money on the internet and for the world. And why do we need this? Money is slow, it's closed, and it's operating on dated infrastructure. So many people in this room know these problems intimately, and you're also building for a better future. We dream of a world where money is open and global and interoperable. It's secure, private, and of course, instant. And how do we build it? We believe at Lightspark, we build it with Bitcoin. Why Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the best neutral settlement asset for the internet age. It's battle tested. It has great liquidity. It has global regulatory clarity. Of course, not perfect. We're all working towards better global regulatory clarity, but in comparison to other cryptocurrencies, it is the most clear from a regulatory standpoint. And importantly, it's decentralized. So Bitcoin is the asset that we believe is the right one to build this open network on. But Bitcoin alone isn't enough. Bitcoin's slow, it's expensive. So Lightning is the way for us to build this open ecosystem. As part of our journey to build an open protocol for money, we created UMA. UMA is also open. It is an open standard that's like email, but for money. So we tried to remove a lot of the complexities in terms of addressing and make addresses look just like an email. So $, a name, a domain. So it would be $JJ at Ripio, for example, to make it really, really simple for users who are crypto native or are not to be able to use this. And what UMA does uniquely is it enables us to move any currency to any currency. So for me, I live in the US. My UMA-enabled wallet is configured to USD. If you live here in Argentina, you could have your wallet configured to Argentine pesos, or if you don't want to receive Argentine pesos, perhaps, you could receive Bitcoin, or you could receive stablecoin, for example. So a lot of options, and you can send and receive from any currency to any currency. And UMAs are interoperable. So that means Ripio could send from Brazil or Argentina to Coins PH in the Philippines, and the receiver would receive Filipino pesos. So anyone with an UMA address can send or and receive to anyone else with any UMA address.
Thank you. Well, we've been around since 2013, right? At first, we were just a Bitcoin wallet because the ecosystem was, the crypto ecosystem was way smaller in 2013. Since then, we've been evolving our app, evolving our services, and also our partnerships. So this is really important for us at this moment that Bitcoin is getting traction way beyond the most common use cases that we've been exploring with Bitcoin through these 11 years now. So I'm showing step by step how you can send money, Argentinian pesos, to euros in other wallets in Spain using UMA. This is a Ripio wallet. I have, as Lizzy just mentioned, I have an email-like address that can that has my name actually. It's $Juanjo@ripio.com. If you want to send me any sats, it's open. It's live now. Actually, Ripio was one of the first apps in the world to integrate UMA successfully. So we are super proud to be presenting this right now as well. Now there are many other apps and platforms in the network where I can send money to or receive money from. It's super easy. You just choose the UMA section, type your contact, which is the way I mentioned right now, just a few seconds earlier. And then I choose how many sats do I want to send. This goes all through Lightning Network, but I can deposit Argentinian pesos in any method that you have. You can do it cash, you can do it via bank transfer, you can do it via Mercado Pago. We are integrated with Mercado Pago in the entire region. And then you choose how many sats you want to send, and then boom, you send it. It's as easy as sending any other transaction, actually easier. And then you can choose any Ripio product to use those funds. If you receive money from the US or you receive money from Spain with any other app, for example, uHodler, that also has UMA tag incorporated, you can use it, receive money. I can receive euros via Lightning and receive that funds in pesos, in USDC, in Bitcoin if I choose to. And then use any other Ripio product, such as the Ripio card, for example, and pay in any merchant that you want. It's as easy as that. So to explain it in a single slide, the total flux is like this. You use crypto rails, but on both ends, you can have fiat rails. You can deposit Argentinian pesos, and on the other end, for example, Danilo, that has an account in uHodler, that lives in Spain, can cash out in euros, and the other way around. Everything using the Lightspark technology, using Lightning Network, and using universal money addresses. It's as easy as sending an email. Trust me, you can test it right now at Ripio, and it's super easy. Actually, in other events, we did payments with this method, and it was super accessible and super well received by everyone. Back to you.
Thank you. So UMA can effectively move value any currency to any currency anywhere in the world. It's instant, it's interoperable. But we're continued to build on UMA's strengths and provide more capabilities for UMA. Last week, we announced UMA Auth. So UMA Auth allows a user to connect their UMA wallet seamlessly into any application. What this allows them to then do is configure their payment preferences and make payments in a really seamless way. For businesses, it takes away a lot of the complexity and headache surrounding payments and a lot of that effort, technical level of effort as well. So UMA Auth is like OAuth, but for money. I think that's the simplest way to think about it. The user, like I said, can personalize their permissions, so they can select what they want the app to do and what they don't want it to do. You can set spending limits, you can set expirations, and regarding connections as well. So it's very, very personalized for the user. And we built this technology on top of Nostr Wallet Connect. They have a booth over on the other side of the conference area. Go say hi. They've been incredible partners. And we also worked with Albi as partners in this as well. So what could it look like? Where could you connect? So you could really connect UMA into any application, including messaging apps. With UMA Auth in a messaging app, you can exchange value natively in-app, and Juanjo or Maria can pay each other natively in-app, making it really simple. Another UMA feature we recently launched is UMA Request. UMA Request was a feature high in demand from some of our merchant partners, and what it allows us to do is to pay invoices really seamlessly. And this is great for e-commerce modalities, for example. It also works really well for tipping. So UMA Invoice can generate a reusable invoice, so it's really flexible. It can also be a zero amount invoice, which means if you see an incredible presentation like today and you wanted to tip JJ, you could type in his UMA address or scan a QR code and seamlessly tip him in any amount. And then he would receive that value instantly in his UMA wallet in the currency he configured it to. One more feature I want to share with you today is Lightspark Extend. So like we mentioned earlier, UMA is being used by partners like Ripio all over the world, and we have incredible reach in Latin America in particular. But the network is only a few years old. We're growing it. We need all of you to participate and make it really robust, and so we can move money really fluidly and more easily. Extend helps accelerate this growth. So what Lightspark Extend does is it expands UMA's reach into RTP rails in particular countries. So for example, I have a UMA address that is linked to my US bank account. So if Juanjo sends me value from his UMA address, I will receive it instantly in my US RTP-enabled bank account. So that's live today, meaning anybody with an UMA address can send value into the US, and the recipient can receive that value directly in their US bank account. We announced last week that we're expanding this capabilities for Lightspark Extend to push to RTP rails in Brazil and in Mexico later this year. And next year will be available in many more countries. So the network is growing and expanding, and it's amongst native participants like Ripio, but also onto the RTP rails.
Thanks. Okay, so I'm gonna switch to Spanish right now because this is esto es un anuncio para argentinos. Estamos lanzando una campaña porque no solo queremos quedarnos con esta presentación y con todo el poder que tiene Lightning Network, que tiene UMA para enviar y recibir dinero como si fuese un email, que es un poco el tag de lo que acaba de presentar Lizzy. Y queremos que ustedes prueben el poder de UMA, el poder de Lightning, a través de los envíos entre Argentina y España. sabemos que España es, tanto Barcelona como Madrid, son dos de las ciudades con más expats argentinos. Hay más de 350.000 argentinos en España, profesionales, soñadores, colegas, amigos, familia. Entonces decidimos lanzar esta campaña y cubrir completamente las comisiones, es decir, ustedes van a poder enviar y recibir dinero desde España a través de una alianza con Lightspark y con YouHodler en España, que es una wallet que opera en España con euros, similar a como opera Ripio en Argentina. Y van a poder realizar transferencias durante todo el mes de noviembre desde y hacia España a cero costo, cubriendo todos los fees de la red. Van a poder hacerlo ya en la próxima semana, de hecho. Van a seguramente verse impactados por algunas de nuestras ads comentando un poco esto. Cuando seguramente ustedes reciban esto en redes sociales, van a poder saber de qué estamos hablando. Básicamente es lo que decimos en este último slide del carrusel, es fácil, simple y sin vueltas. Obviamente estamos lanzando esto como un primer piloto y nuestros equipos de soporte, tanto los de Lightspark como desde Ripio, como desde YouHodler en España, están dispuestos a hacer todo lo posible para que esto funcione de la mejor manera. Pero desde ya les queríamos presentar hoy esta campaña que está lista para salir. De hecho, queríamos lanzarla hoy, pero estamos fin de semana. Seguramente ya van a estar siendo impactados por esto, lo van a ver por todos lados en redes. Y estaría buenísimo que puedan probar, registrarse si no tienen una cuenta en Ripio, registrarse en Ripio, depositar pesos o cualquier otra cripto. Si solo se mueven en cripto, espectacular. Depositan Bitcoin, depositan USDC, cualquier otra stablecoin. Y pueden transferir a sus amigos, colegas en España, repito, a cero costo durante el mes de noviembre. Y si les gusta, lo pueden seguir usando para enviar o recibir desde España. Obviamente estamos trabajando también en otros corredores, pero pensamos que el particular caso y la conexión que tenemos, incluso cultural, entre España y Argentina, nos parecía la mejor forma de comenzar esta alianza que creemos que puede ser súper, súper poderosa. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gracias.